and today, another episode of Is It Shit? And today, of course, we're looking at another Custode unit, the Aquillon Terminator Squad. These guys are 225 points for 3, just like all the other Custodes. They're Weapon Skill 5, Boost Skill 5, Strength 5, Toughness 5, have 2 wounds, they're Initiative 5, but have 3 attacks, which is something new, and a Leadership 9, and have a 2+ save. Their war gear includes a Lastrum Stormbolter, a Solarite Power Gauntlet, a Misericordia, Aquillon Terminator Armor, and the special rules include Legio, Custode, Bulky, and Crusader. Somehow these aren't very bulky, even though they're a lot bigger than regular Custode. They're these chaps, obviously, in the centre of the screen. And Custode are already bulky, but hey, whatever, what would I know? Now, a Coronis Grav Carrier may be taken as a designated transport for an Aquillon Terminator Squad if they number 6 models or less. So they also take up as much space in the transport as a normal guy, I suppose, because they're only bulky. Good to know. Anyway, you may include up to 7 additional Aquillon Terminators for 75 points each. Sure, why not? Any model may exchange their Lastrum Stormbolter for one of the following options: a Twin-Winged Adrathic Destructor or an Infernus Firepike. The entire squad may be equipped with any of the following options: Teleportation Transponders for 5 points each, or Array Shrikes for 2 points each. So, what's the deal with these guys? Well, first things first, you do not want the Solarite Power Talon. It's pretty much inferior to the Gauntlet, because at the moment the Gauntlet is not actually a specialist weapon, it's only unwieldy. So, in theory, what you could do is, since you're armed with the Misericordia, which I do believe has the stats for combat weapon, you would get +1 attack. Your 3 base, you'd go up to 4, and you'd even have 5 on the charge at Strength 10, AP 1, Mastercrafted. If you go for the Solarite Power Talons, they are a specialist weapon, so you will lose that. Also, they don't have rending, they're not AP 2, and they only give +1 strength. So there's pretty much no bonus to get them apart from the re-rolling to wound, which you don't really need to do if you've got the Solarite Gauntlet, because the Solarite Gauntlet is strength 10. So, alright, weapon-wise, this is where these guys shine. Because if there's one thing that Custode are terrible at, it's fighting hordes. They just simply don't have the firepower or the range on their firepower to do it. And, well, now they've got some options. The Lastrum Stormbolter is Strength 5, AP 4, Range 24. It's Assault 2 and has the Heliothermic Detonation rule. That is that any model that suffers a wound from it must take a toughness test, and if they fail it, they're just instant killed. So, yeah, it could be useful against things like Ogrins, stuff like that. I think it'd be good in general against things like Thalax. You're winning them on 4s, they won't get an armor save, they'll only get feel no pain, and if they fail their toughness test, they'll get instant killed. So, against Thalax, really good. Against a lot of Mechanicum units, especially the monstrous creatures, the odd wound you inflict, that Mechanicum player rolls a 6, they'll fail that toughness test, off they go. But another option they have is the Twin-Linked Adrathic Destructor. It's range 12, strength 5, AP 2. It's a melter gun, essentially. It's assault 1, instant death, armor bane, gets hot. It's a melter gun, meets a plasma gun. I don't think it's worth it on this squad. This squad's strength lies in the anti-horde, and that's taking that away from them. Honestly, there's one weapon alone that you want to take on this squad, and that's the Infernus Firepike. It's Strength 6, AP 6. Okay, the AP is not great, but it's a heavy one-flamer with Torrent. So, let that one sink in. A squad of 10 of these guys putting out 10 Strength 6 Flamer templates, 12 inches in front of them, that's pretty devastating. These guys will carve through hordes, even if the AP is not that fantastic. It's still going to do a ton of wounds. and then, whatever charges you will die, because you're toughness 5. And you strength 10 with like 4 attacks each. It's ridiculous. The Aquillon pattern Terminator armor, it's essentially all of the pros of Cataphractii with pretty much none of the negative consequences. So, yeah, it's fantastic. Overall, the unit is situational. The Power Fist will always come in handy on them, but you are paying a massive amount of points for these guys. Not that much more than, say, they're pretty similar points to a Sentinel squad, but the Sentinel squad's got a greater survivability with the re-rollable invul saves. And these are quite a bit more than the 20 points more than the Guardians squad. So I'd have to rate these mediocre. They're right in the middle of the range. I just think they look really cool, and that's probably why I'm going to include some in my army, and they're probably going to be Furnace Firepike armed. Because again, I just don't see the merit in the short-range melter guns that they get as another option. They're not worth it. If I'm close enough to use that sort of thing, I want to charge whatever I'm attacking. If I'm shooting at, say, a super heavy tank or something like that, it's going to blow up D at that range anyway, and it doesn't matter whether I'm right next to it or I'm 2 inches away or 10 inches away, it's still bad fucking juju to be near it. Thanks all for watching the episode, and I'll see you all next time.